Is that correct?
Yeah, I live with them then, yeah.
And you decided to go along with it, correct?
I know, I just went
Please
walking
do-
with them.
Your Honor, please directly witness to answer the question as given.
I believe he was trying to answer the question.
I went with them. I mean, that's what happened.
About what time was this planning taking place?
You know, I can't exactly remember the time earlier in the day. I don't know, maybe.
Were they holding you in the apartment?
Were they holding me? No, I lived there with them.
Is it not true that you could have left and not participated in their plan?
Yeah, but then they see me around town and call me names. So I just went along
Your Honor,
walking with
please
them.
correct me.
All right, if you would confine your
Okay,
answers
I
to
just
those that directly answered the question.
Okay, I just went out with walking
Again,
around.
wait for the question.
Oh.
Is it not true that you participated in the plan because you don't like the place?
No.
What time did you leave the apartment?
Around 8:30.
When you were walking down the street, couldn't you not have run away and called the police and reported what they were planning?
Well, I guess I could have. They didn't shoot me.
You didn't do it that because you are a participant in the plan, correct?
No, I just was walking with them.
You claim that you stood at the rear of the police car, right?
I did. That's correct. You are right.
You knew what was going to happen, correct?
Well, after he went up there to the side with the pistol, I had a pretty good idea.
Is it not true that you could have called a warning to the policeman if you had wanted to?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have yelled something or kicked him.
Isn't it true that you did warn him because you are the one that shot him and that Fletcher and Morris were not even present?
Me? No. No. Mm-mm. No, I didn't have anything to do with it. I was what Dad wanted to have to start with. I just was cruising along behind him.
You claim that you were separated from Fletcher and Morris immediately after the shooting, correct?
Correct.
Is it true that you have not seen or spoken with them since that time?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did you go to the police and tell them what had happened and that you were not involved?
I told them I wasn't involved, yeah. I mean, I didn't go to them. They came to me, I think.
Why not? And why didn't you go to the police?
Well, I just wasn't in my business.
2 weeks after this, you were arrested, correct?
Yes.
What for?
Burglary.
At that time, did investigator Kelly question you?
Yes.
What did you tell him?
I told him I didn't know anything about this.
At that time, did you sign a statement saying that you didn't know anything about this incident and that you were telling the absolute truth?
Yeah, I did.
On July 19th, did you appear before a grand jury investigating this matter?
I think I did, yeah.
Were you placed under oath at that time?
Yeah, I was.
At that time, did you tell the grand jurors that you knew nothing about the murder of Officer King?
Yeah, I did.
Did you tell them that this was the honest-to-God truth?
I did.
After this appearance, you and your attorney met with the county attorney, correct?
We met with somebody,
You wanted to see what the county attorney would do for you on your burglary case, correct?
Well, I wanted to see what was going to happen on my burglary charge.
The county attorney agreed not to charge you with the murder in this case, right?
State's the scenario Rick may have used the county.
Yeah, this is
Their
the
scenario.
The state's attorney agreed not to, what did you ask me again, I'm sorry?
The state attorney agreed not to charge you with murder in this case, right?
Well, there was nothing to charge me with. They had me on a burglary, not a murder.
You knew you were facing the death penalty if you were charged with the murder of Officer King, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I know if you kill cops, they're going to fry you, but I didn't do anything like that. I just broke into somebody's house.
You were also facing a lot of time on burglary, right?
Probably, yeah. I've got priors.
Wouldn't you say that this was a pretty sweet deal for you?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm getting. I'm still hanging around in jail. I haven't gone to trial yet. I don't know.
Did you appear before the grand jury again on July 26th?
Yes.
Were you again placed under oath?
Yes.
This time, did you claim to know something about this incident?
Yes.
You, all of a sudden, after getting this deal, decided to say that Fletcher and Morris were involved?
No, just my conscience got to me. I knew it was a bad thing.
So when you said that you were on the south side with your girlfriend, that was a lie?
That night, right, yeah, I wasn't there that night, yeah.
And when you said to Investigator Kelly in the first time you appeared before the grand jury that you knew nothing of this murder, these were lies, correct?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Isn't it true that you will lie unless you are getting something out of it?
Well, it helps if you get something out of it. That's the only reason I should do it.
Isn't it true that you own a .38 caliber revolver and that the bullets found in the dresser were yours?
No.
Isn't it true that you have a grudge against Fletcher and Morris?
No, I don't care anything about it.
Didn't they kick you out of the apartment for failure to pay your share of the rent?
Well, yeah, but I didn't pay the rent. So, I mean, anybody's gonna kick you out if you don't pay the rent, so.
Do you know of any person named Willard Sampson?
I don't know if I do or not.
Fine.
Yeah, I know it.
Isn't it true that he was present at your apartment on July 15th?
Yeah, probably. We hung out a lot.
At that time, did you not say that you were not going to forget them throwing you out of the apartment?
Well, I probably did. I was probably mad at the time because I didn't have anywhere else to go. But, I mean,
Do you
we're
know
all-
any reason Willard Sampson would tell a lie on you?
Well, you gotta know, well, I don't know, I mean, you know, but I'm all cool with Fletcher and Morris now, we're tight.
So when you said you had not seen or spoken to Fletcher and Morris since July 2nd, that was a lie, correct?
I don't think I had talked to him, I don't remember. I mean, I just said I didn't have anything.
They had kicked you out of your apartment on July 15th, correct?
Yeah, I didn't pay the rent.
And we have a written statement from Willard Sampson saying that he was present at the time.
Okay. Well, it certainly, if Willard said it happened, Willard's pretty honest. It may have happened, I mean, but I don't know of, how much conversation I had.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Now, Mr. Edwards, I'd like you to identify who was the shooter in this murder.
The shooter would be that man sitting right over there in the back. Yeah, he was sitting there a minute ago, but he got up. The guy in the back, the bald guy.
He prefers to be called follicle challenge.
Follow the challenge.
No further questions.
What are they gonna do about my burger?
Excuse me?
What are they gonna do about my burger?
All right. The defendant is instructed that the questioning of my
I just
vote
didn't
will be
know.
valid. Further, I whip out my contempt card and we have a proceeding in that regard, but you are excused, sir. Thank you.
He's not very friendly.
Say the
All right.
state rest. Stand up and say state rest. Stand up and say state rest.
State rest.
The defense would like to call Mr. Willard Sampson. His name.
Mr. Willard Sampson. One of the things while we're getting the witness up here, a couple of things that when we have evidence that comes in, we have some folks from the clerk's office back here. They're usually right here, and they have a pretty difficult job of categorizing and keeping and storing the evidence during the trial, making sure it gets to the jury and come out. And also, when we conclude the state rest, every time there's going to be motions, and so you know that in a real trial there will be motions, typically one seeking a judgment of acquittal, saying the state has to prove their case. That always comes in. At this point, sir, if you'll raise your right hand, you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give you the truth, and the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, sir. Ready to proceed, Mr. State? This is us, your defense.
What is your name?
Willard Sampson.
What is your address?
I live at 225 West Elm Street.
How do you know my client is Frank Narford?
I've been friends with him for a long time.
So, are you guys pretty close, or you just know?
Yeah, we're pretty close.
So how do you know Frank? What do you guys do when you hang out?
I watch TV.
So, have you ever been involved in any criminal activity with either of them?
No,
Have you ever been involved in any illegal activity?
nope, never been arrested or trouble with the law.
What do you do when you're not with my clients?
I work, fish,
So, those are your hobbies?
that's it.
Have you ever heard either of them slander the police?
No,
Have you ever seen my clients get violent with anyone?
no,
Have you ever seen them with a gun?
no,
Would you lie for either of them?
no.
How did you hear about this trial?
I read in the newspaper about 2 weeks ago.
So you didn't hear about it from either of my clients?
No, I haven't spoken to them in a while.
Okay, so you hadn't heard about the case until 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And what happened when you heard about the case?
I read about Edwards testifying and had some information about that, so I went to the state attorney to let them know what information I had.
And did you relate your information to the police?
Well, to the state attorney and their investigator, yes.
Okay, so what did you tell them?
Well, I told them that last July 15th, I was over at Fletcher and Morris's house, and this guy's name? Edwards was there. And I was there, we were watching TV, we were watching baseball, drinking beer, and Edwards kind of got into an argument with Fletcher. And Fletcher was kind of mad because he didn't, Edwards wasn't paying his share of the rent. So they argued a bit, and finally Fletcher said, you know, I'm sick and tired of you, you know, not doing anything, not pulling your weight around here. So he and Morris decided to kick Edwards out, and they
Okay.
did.
So how did Mr. Edwards respond to being kicked out?
Well, he wasn't happy about it
Did
at
he?
all.
Was he, I'm assuming he was enraged?
Yes.
Was he threatening?
Well, when they kicked him out, they literally pushed him out the door and pushed him on the ground. While he was on the floor, he said, you know, this isn't the end of it. I have a long memory. I'm not going to forget this. And
Okay.
his face was red, and he was shaking his fist as he was saying it. Then after that, he got up and ran off.
So how did Frank and Arthur respond to his threats?
Well, they were a little worried about it, but, you know.
So do you know anything else about Mr. Edwards? What was his relationship with my clients like?
I mean, they were friends.
Okay. So let's just do a recap. You contacted the police as soon as you heard about the case.
As soon as, when I read about the trial coming up, yes.
Okay, and you only contacted them because you heard about Mr. Edwards?
Well, I knew about this incident with Mr. Edwards, so I wanted them to know about it.
No further questions.
State, boss?